And joining us now for perspective is Veena Sikri, former Indian ambassador. Ambassador Sikri, welcome to DD India News Hour. Such a pleasure to have you. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has underscored the importance that India gives to Maldives under its Neighbourhood First policy and Vision Sagar. We heard him say that. He agreed to further assist Maldives in its developmental journey and priorities. So has India always been committed to the development of Maldives and stood by it in its tough times as first responder and during times of financial crisis as well?
Well, yes, I think that, the visit of President Muizu is going so well, it has been so successful because A, it is comprehensive. It has covered a very, very large number of areas. And as explained by our Prime Minister, this is for both the Neighbourhood First policy and for security and growth in the region, the Sagar policy. And I think also it is very symbolic because we know that last year, soon after President Muizu had taken over, there were so many issues which had come up, and there was the India out policy, there was the issue of so many security issues, there was the research ship or the Chinese spy ship to Maldives, and the request to remove all the Air Force personnel who were manning the aircraft. But it's amazing how in the last 1 year, all these issues have been responded to, have been tackled, have been discussed and overcome and solved to the mutual satisfaction of both countries and in the spirit of friendship and good neighborliness. I think this is an excellent example where no matter what the differences are, if you approach it with dialogue and diplomacy, in goodwill and good trust, anything can be overcome, and for the mutual benefit of both countries so that we move ahead. Now look at the agreements that have been agreed. The RuPay agreement, which is amazing because people can use this card over there in Maldives, and the currency swap agreement because Maldives is facing a foreign exchange crisis, and they, find that this will be very helpful to overcome it. The institutional linkages, look at the number of institutional linkages, between the CBI and its counterpart there, between the National Judicial Academy and its counterpart there, between the Youth Cooperation and its counterpart there. So many different institutional links have been developed that it's quite amazing to see how the people of Maldives from various professional areas will be able to visit India and see and learn and benefit from what is happening here. And similarly, our people will be able to go to the Maldives and build up their relationships there. And I think that, the way in which Maldives has responded positively even to India's national security concerns. They've recognized that, there are these national security concerns, and President Muizu has spoken quite frankly, both about the fact that they will be very conscious of looking after India's national security concerns. And he also said that, he did not mean anything about the India out remarks last year, and he was only talking about removing the defense personnel. And the aircraft have been gifted by India, the Dornier and the helicopters, and they will still be manned by Indian technical personnel, and that's going to go on. And an airport built by India has been inaugurated. The social housing units have been handed over, and all the other issues of mutual benefit on 30,000 Maldivian citizens. As you know, in Maldives, they are scattered over a large number of islands, small islands, which are quite distant from each other. But India has built sewage treatment projects and water projects to benefit 28 islands, about 30,000 people living on these islands. So the way in which the people-to-people aspect of the relationship has been looked after is quite significant because it shows that ultimately it is a people-to-people relationship. And when the two leaders develop an understanding between each other, as it happened during this visit of President Muizu, it really benefits the people in a very big way. And it shows that the interests of the people have to be paramount. Even last year, when President Muizu had spoken about India out, it was the people of Maldives, the Tourist Association, their biggest industry association, they had spoken out and said, no, we want to be friends with India. We want their people to come here. And I think that, President Muizu is listening to his own people, he's listening to the important imperatives of cooperation, and it's gone very well.
So are ties then on course for a brighter future, including economic cooperation, because you referred to the launch of the RuPay card, you referred to how India would want its tourists to benefit when they go to Maldives through the usage of RuPay card, for instance, and would want similar arrangements for Maldivian citizens here as well. So Do you think that it's a brighter future ahead for the bilateral partnership?
Oh, definitely. I think it's a great success for India's neighborhood first foreign policy and for the importance of the Indian Ocean region as such, because Maldives does play a very significant role in the Indian Ocean security parameters. And certainly, if you have a good understanding with Maldives, it will benefit both countries. So I think we can look forward to a positive future to implement all these decisions, the vision, the shared vision that has been agreed upon at this time. If we focus on implementation, we focus on early implementation to the benefit of both people, we will see a great future ahead. And it's a great lesson, I think, to tell all the world how India is deeply committed to the neighborhood first foreign policy and is ready to overcome any differences, any different points of view, any concerns of the neighbor countries, because we do feel that in our neighborhood, India and the other countries have to grow together. India's growth cannot be complete without the growth of our partnerships, and we want stability, prosperity, and democracy in our neighborhood so that we can all grow together for the benefit of each other. And I think this visit is a very good example of this mutually beneficial relationship.
Yeah. Coming to the defense and security domain, Ambassador, both sides agreed to refit Maldives Coast Guard ship Horavi by India free of cost. We had gifted that some time back to Maldives. The vision statement uses the phrase, and I quote, a trusted and dependable partner for India in this context. Now, it says that both sides will share expertise, augment capabilities, undertake joint cooperative measures as per the needs and requirements of Maldives. India will provide its forces defense platforms and assets. The focus is largely on maintaining maritime safety and security in the region in this context. And would you say that such cooperation will help in building mutual strategic trust between the two sides going forward?
Yes, I think this building of mutual trust and recognizing that both countries are strategically important to each other. This has been an important outcome of the visit. I think what you said about the Coast Guard ship refitting is very significant, because Coast Guard vessels and Maldives' capacity for protection through the Coast Guard vessels is very important for drug smuggling, for security factors, for people who try to come in, because Maldives has such a huge maritime boundary, and it's very difficult for them also to man it and to guard it equally. So India has shown its willingness to cooperate with them. And this ship was gifted by India. We're going to refit it. I'm sure in the future there'll be more such cooperation and more, benefits that India is willing to give through the credit line, through grants, and through other methodologies, so that Maldives is able to fulfill its big role in the Indian Ocean area and in its relationship with India. And I think that Maldives, the president's own decision to come to India at this time and have an extensive visit, he's going to visit Agra and Mumbai and Bengaluru. It's good. It shows that he is interested in overcoming any difficulties and carrying forward.
We'll leave it at that. We also know that a high-level core group will be monitoring the implementation of the new vision that has been unveiled. Ambassador, you're somebody who keeps a keen eye on the region. Thank you so much for joining us with your point of view.
Thank you.